So you want to get your driver's license in Japan as an Australian. Well, luckily for us, this process is super easy. In fact, it's easier than buying a car in Japan, getting your license here. So I'm going to talk you through all the documents and all the steps that you need to take in order to achieve getting your license in Japan. So to start, let me list all documents required prior to booking an appointment to get your license. Document 1, a JAF license conversion certificate. Document 2, passport. Document 3, proof of residence in Japan, aka your residence card. Document 4, Juminhyo. Document 5, proof of living and driving in Australia for at least 3 months prior to moving to Japan. Document 6, driving record / driving history. These are the 5 essential documents required to obtain your license in Japan. Now, let's go through the process on how to get each of these documents. Document 1, the JAF translation. For your JAF license conversion certificate, this one is actually quite simple, even though it sounds like a lot. You will just need to head over to the JAF website or type in JAF license conversion. Once you are at this website, you will find the section listed as how to apply for translation. The third step is you will just scroll down to the 1-point application procedures. You will then click the translation application site link. Click start application and complete this document. An important thing to note for this is it costs about 4,000 yen to receive this document, and it can take up to a week for this document to be sent to you by your email. Once you receive the email, you will then request your reference ID. The instructions on how to do this are going to be in the email, so don't worry. You can follow these email instructions and you will be directed to another site to enter this reference ID, where you are then going to go to the next step. Once you have your reference and your document downloaded, you will then head to a 7-Eleven convenience store. Specifically, it has to be a 7-Eleven. You will enter in the number or the reference number that you got on your email into the printer, and also there is instructions on how to do this as well on the email. So just follow the email and you'll be able to print out this document, and this is the first document you're going to need in order to actually get your license. The other document that you probably don't know how to get is the Juminhyo. This document is going to be a document you probably are familiar with if you live in Japan. If you have only just got to Japan, you may not be so familiar with it, but this document is basically just a document saying that you live in Japan and where you're from. So to get this document, you have to visit your city hall or ward office. You can only obtain this in your local area. So for example, I can only go to a Setagaya area or a Setagaya ward to get this document. Bring your residence card and passport and fill out the form that you are directed to by the staff. You will then pay 300 yen for 1 copy and receive it there, and then you can also pay 600 yen and get 2 copies. An important note for the Juminhyo is that most places keep this document. So when you are handing this in, it does not return back to you, and if you need a Juminhyo again, you will do the same process. If you lived in Japan, you probably know this, and if not, then that's how it is. The next thing you're going to need is proof of living and driving in Australia for at least 3 months. Now this can be proven a number of ways. The first is to get an income statement. The second, a tax statement, paying rent, paying a mortgage. Anything to show that you lived in Australia for at least 3 months after obtaining your license. It's important to note that these documents require you to have your official name on them also as proof. So make sure that your payslip or whatever you're submitting has your name. I personally use my tax statement, but please keep in mind that they are going to keep this document, so do not use an original if you can't get another copy. The final document you may not know how to get is your driving record or driver's history. So I'm from Australia, specifically Victoria, and as a Victorian, our license is going to be different from those in Queensland and New South Wales and everything like that. But for people from Victoria, you log into your Vic Roads account, or if you're from somewhere else in Australia, whatever your state equivalent of Vic Roads is. You will then request for your driving history report. To do this, you will just go to the website, find request a report, and enter your details. For Vic Roads, there are 4 different reports, but you will need the license verification letter. This costs $10.90. You will receive this by email, and this document will not be instantly sent to it. It can take 24 hours, so keep that in mind. Now that you have all the documents you are required to have, let's talk about what you will do next. So you have all your documents. Now you will need to book an appointment. It usually takes about a month wait time to get an appointment. To book this appointment to get your license, you'll have to head over to the Keishicho website. I will link it down in the description. From the homepage, find driver's license related. After you've found that, go to the heading that says, I want to get my license, or I want to get a license. Scroll down until you find the section, How to Make a Reservation. Click that link. Apply for a time slot and a date. Please keep in mind you will be required to bring someone who can speak Japanese. So if you can't speak Japanese, you will need a translator. Now that you have booked the appointment, all that's left is to attend the appointment and hand in all of the documents you've just gathered. For Australians, we don't need to take any tests, so we don't need to take a practical test or a driving test. We just straight up go there, hand in the documents, and we're good to go. So once you've handed in all your documents, you'll just do as instructed by the staff. I was there for about 4 hours, so please allow probably up to 6 hours in a busy time. And basically, the only test you are going to do is an eye test. After you've done your eye test, you'll then get your license, basically, as long as you're not blind. It just is making sure you need glasses or not. And once all of the steps have been complete within the actual place at the appointment, you get your license on the day, there and then. And it's just as simple as that. So, yeah. Anyway, guys, that's it for this video. Thank you for watching, and please stay safe on the roads if you do get your license. And yeah, peace and love. I'll see you guys in a bit.